Hey guys, I tried to get this done like the 12:44 time. I like to go with times. 44 means a lot to me. 12:44, that didn't work out. Yada yada yada. Here I am. I think it's about 1 o'clock after one, but I think by the time I upload this, it'll be 1:44, and that's exactly what I'll shoot for. Um, it's just a thing I do. These are the numbers of yeah, these are the numbers of life itself. Um, but anyway, if you haven't learned what 144 is by now, you darn sure should, because it ties us all together on a quantum level, and it is the explanation of the universe. It's Fibonacci code. It's the code of life, the sequence of life. Fibonacci 1358. Follow me? Anyway, maybe I'll do another video on that. But what I want to get right into here is the second part of what I put out yesterday. The thing next to the sun that I have placed on Facebook many times and is making the world glow green. Let me add a little insert in there. Hopi Elder, which this is all the tribes. It's not just Hopi, it's Lakota, it is Sioux, it is Cherokee, which I'm part. And many other tribes are right together on the same prophecy. And they were all, basically on different parts of the planet or different parts of Turtle Island. So that's real weird. I got this last year. It's a crystal, an emerald crystal. I'll make a brooch out of it. Anyway, I've been charging it up with the light, but the metaphor just hit me yesterday. I got this a year ago, almost the same time. And look at the color. I mean, look at the color. This is the same color that's glowing and lighting our Earth by a comet that they're not telling us about, which is called Comet 17P/Holmes. Bigger than the sun, increased its size, its brightness, and factor by nearly 1,000,000 in just a few hours. That's from Sky and Telescope. And who the main guy I'm working off here is Gary A. David. He's an archaeologist. He's also an astroarchaeologist. And I'm also working directly off Hopi prophecy, let alone Lakota, Sioux, etc. These people lived as one with the earth. Very deep subject to get into. But where we are failing is we are not following the codes of earth. We are following the codes of man. Putting on a mask is the code of man. May as well be the mark of the beast. You understand what I'm saying, people? The people who are not with the laws of nature, or have not followed the laws of nature, and helped others, and it's graphically written in their prophecy. And I'm not threatening nobody, and I say anybody, and I said it yesterday. They're not going to make it. This is going to be an extinction level event. And this would actually be part 5 of what I was going to do. But I don't want to do that video because if you want to look up what's actually going to happen, his name is Donald Chan. The book is called Adam and Eve. Read it. I don't want to be that guy to put that out there. But I know what's going to happen. So anyway, it increases brightness by a factor of nearly 1,000,000 in just a few hours. The comet that I speak of again is called 17P/Holmes. You've seen it clearly. It's right next to the sun in one of the pics that I use a lot. And it's a green planet. It's a quarter of the size of the sun. But this thing is the biggest entity in our solar system, let alone the universe. It is lighting the whole solar system green. It is lighting our planet green. And through prophecy, what it states is that green is to turn the earth back into green. Wow, huh? Okay, so let's move on again. A British astronomer, his name was Edward Holmes. He's the one who discovered it. When suddenly it increased its magnitude. He then died down again. It then died down again for the next 115 years, and he discovered it in 1892. So do the numbers on that. We're about 12 years off, but that has something to do with the Gregorian calendar, not matching the Mayan calendar. We all think we know, but we don't know. Okay, but the number is 12, which is a weird number to be thrown out there in the differential when this should have happened, and now that it's actually occurring. Okay, and you'll understand. No, we're going to skip Greek, except for the fact, the connotation, agul, a gruesomely referred to in China. We have China definitions here, we have Hopi definitions here, we have Greek definitions here, and they basically all come out the same. But gruesomely referred to in China as tashi, or piled up corpses. Hebrew apocalyptic lore, Agol was Lilith, Adam as his first wife, who Patachia sources falsely identifying as evil. This isn't evil, what's coming. So there's twists in interpretation, which leaves not a lot to endure. Isn't that how Eddie Vedder says it? We could get into cutting off Medusa's head and all that stuff, but we're not gonna. I don't have time, and let's get to the real points. This is the ninth and last sign. You will hear of a dwelling place in the heavens above the earth that shall fall with a great crash. It will appear as a blue star. What's showing up in my new pictures, people? My new videos. This electric blue. This thing morphs back between blue, turquoise, and green. And that's also further explained in interpretations by different tribes using their language to denote different colors. Not all of them match. But basically what we come down here to is not blue Katchina, really a green Katchina. But there are blue and red. Katchinas are dolls carved by the Hopis to connect with the spirits, to be that mediator between other worlds, spirits, other beings, other creatures. Okay? How are we about that one? Okay, Hopi, Sakwi, other means worn out, broken down, ruined, or destroy, which I think is pretty heavy duty. The Mayan word for sack, on the other hand, means white. Interesting that blue symbolized sacrifice in the latter more stages of the classic Mayan culture. The bodies of the humans who were sacrificed, as in Apocalypto, what were they painted? Blue. Mel was smart enough to get this one, so I'm guessing Mel's a very awake man also. Director Mel Gibson graphically portrays this in the 2006 film Apocalypto. The child, the young man, who had to throw his family in a hole. Here he is, drenched in sadness. All the animals respond by giving the man their particular virtues. He receives the eyesight of the vulture, strength of the jaguar, and the secrets of the earth from the serpent. The deer remarks that this will finally make the man happy because he has all he needs, but the owl replies, no, I saw a hole in man. Deep like a hunger, he will never fill it. It will make him sad, and it's what makes him sad and what makes him want. He will go on taking and taking until the day the world will say, I am no more and I have nothing left to give. The late ghost wolf of mixed Hopi, Iroquois, and Lakota descent speaks the star prophecy in relation to conclusion of Gaia's cycle. Let's keep going here. The return of the blue let me back up. The blue star is also called a Katchina, which I just explained is a supernatural spirit being that allows us to connect with the other realm. Okay, follow me. The return of the blue China is also said, Nasa Gu Sahu, will be the alarm clock that tells us of the new day and the new way of life. The new world is coming. There are changes will begin that will start with fires that will burn within us and will burn up with desires and conflict if we do not remember the original teachings and then return to a peaceful way of life. Again, Dr. Robert Goswell, obviously an Indian. The prophecy rock is there's a prophecy rock. It's in Arizona, and I'm going to Arizona. I have not been able to buy my bike. I have not been able to even afford a phone, but I have been called to Arizona for 7 years, and I understand why now. I really do. Really understand why. The rock is located on top of a Hopi Indian reservation, which is where I'm going to end up. I knew I always would end up there, but near Arobi, Arizona, and it clearly depicts 2 paths. You have 2 paths to choose here. Some of you have already fallen into a path, and there's no coming out of it. That's what I would call as a Sioux defined as let the dead bury the dead. Wasting our time on trying to wake up people that just can't see. Their way is the way of man. A person who thinks with their head rather than their heart. Modern people now are out of balance because they live in the left brain dominated society, leading to conflict and imbalance, which will ultimately lead to the destruction to those on this path. The second one is the hearted path. A hearted person is the one who thinks with their hearts, whereby the path feeds to harmony and balance. This is heavy duty. The prophecy rock contained 3 half circles representing the 3 world staging events. First will occur when mankind tosses bugs into the air. Airplanes first used in World War I. Second is the shaking, okay? The World War II, the shaking event where, the swastika is a Hopi sign. And it says right here, and I always knew that, the swastika adopted by the Nazi Party in World War II. Third world shaking event will be the recognizing of the red cloak or covering, fire or blood, or possibly representing communism. What's going on right now as we slowly are stripped of our freedoms? And they're going farther, you guys. The trees died, destruction of the rainforest, acid rain, the Amazon, California. We can go on and on about the fires that they just talked about, okay? The lands that sink into the ocean and then others that rise out of the sea. We've got actual continents that are rising out of the sea and others that are going under. Right on point, okay? Woo! The blue star Katchina appears in the sky. It just showed up about a month ago. The blue started showing up. The green was there. Return of the Hopi ancestors in the sky. According to the Hopi prophecy, when the star appears in the sky, the 4th world will collapse and the 5th world will be unleashed in. Apparently, there's a very interesting moment in history heading our way. Visitors from above arriving to check us out. Rainbow warriors, again, who did not want to be referred to anything other than brothers and sisters when they came and visited the Hopis. And said they'd be back. Keep your powder dry and your nose to the wind. That means keep your gunpowder dry and be aware of your surroundings. Every minute on planet Earth, 100 people will die and 240 more will be born. The continual population expansion is problematic for man. Wars are manufactured by covert global elitists. How'd they say that? You know what I mean? Profit from bloody conflict in an attempt to curtail population growth and create a world that conforms to their vision of bliss. Demanding conformity to your concept of wonderfulness by attempting to change the world when you cannot even change yourself is an exercise of futility. Love all and trust few. Wait a minute. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. That's Shakespeare. The quest for bliss ends when you realize it was already within you, simply waiting to be freed on the from the fear of what you fear the most, which is fear. Let me say that again. The quest for bliss will end when you realize that within you, simply waiting to be freed from the fear of what you fear the most, which is fear. Follow your heart and trust your soul. It knows the way. quote for the day. It does not require many words to speak the truth. That was Chief Joseph, 1840 to 1904. So, I've got another list of things here. Okay. I went through this already yesterday. But this is in the beginning, the arrival of white-skinned man to the land or lake that is not theirs, and strike their enemies with thunder, guns. That was the first cowboy stuff, okay? A coming of spinning wheels filled with voices, covered wagons. A strange beast again, if I've stated this already, I'm repeating it, with long horns and large numbers. That's herds of cattle. The land crossed by snakes of iron, again, railroad tracks. I'm going to leave it right there. I think I've gone through everything, and I just got a heads up on my video that you're about done. Anyway, I hope this has helped out a lot. We're going to talk more about it. I want to try and get a video out today to talk to some of you guys who have problems and are seeing things. It's going to be a video specifically for the 144s, which I know are the only ones that are basically subscribed to this channel. Now, we are few, but we are many, and we follow the ways of that which is above, the Great Spirit, and we follow the ways of the land, which is helping each other, loving each other, and not following the ways of man. It is only a road to your end. This is my opinion. My name is Daryl Johnson. I am Ride the Wind, and it took forever to find this answer, to find out what this green thing is, because everybody's hiding it. I love you guys. Ride the Wind. Get out there. Have a good day. I'm going to make a second one to talk to you others, but just be blessed. Be safe. Pray. Meditate. We'll talk soon. Have a great Sabbath also. Enjoy it. Pray. Meditate.